If you're thinking about moving to Colorado Springs, you may be wondering where some of the best areas to live are. In this video, we're going to go ahead and break down the central portion of Colorado Springs and what it feels like to live in the area. My name is Ben, and in this channel we make videos about what it's like to live and move to the Colorado Springs area. Also, we are a team of realtors in the area and would love to earn your business, but also I honestly just love talking about Colorado Springs. So go ahead and give me a call or a text, or even just drop a comment if you're thinking about moving to the area or you have a scouting trip coming up. We'd love to hear from you. And if you have any ideas for future videos we can make, feel free to leave them in the comments as well. So in this series, I'll really be breaking down Colorado Springs, and in today's kind of section that we're going to talk about is the central portion of Colorado Springs. So this includes places like Briargate, Palmer Park, the Old North End, and like the downtown area. So within these areas, we're going to go over a couple different things to get a sense if this area may be right for you. So we're going to go over the feel of the area, what it feels like, what it's like to actually live there. We're going to go over the downsides, some of the negative that you may not expect, and then we're also going to go over obviously the cost. So both the cost to purchase a house and the cost to rent in the area. So I'm really going to have to break down the central portion of Colorado Springs into two halves. So in the northern half of central Colorado Springs, you're going to have this like Briargate section, and then the southern half, you're really going to have like everything else with Palmer Park, Old North End, and like the downtown area. So within the northern portion of this central area, it's really going to feel a little bit more suburban, but then as you kind of go halfway down into the southern portion of central Colorado Springs, it's going to have a little bit more of an urban feel. So obviously, as you get even closer to downtown, you're going to have, condos and historic bungalows. So really, the central portion of Colorado Springs, all of your bases are going to be covered. You've got historic houses, new development, townhouses, condos, smaller houses, bigger houses, and really kind of anything in between. And there's also a ton of different new apartment complexes coming too, so if you're looking to rent as well, tons of different options as well. And if you're living in the downtown part of Colorado Springs, it's super walkable. You're going to be really close to everything. And there's a lot of headquarters down here too. So you may be able to even, just walk from where you're living to your work. And there's a ton of restaurants and breweries that you can walk to as well. And if you live in the northern portion of this central part of Colorado Springs, it's honestly a pretty quick drive into the downtown. So you're still pretty centrally located and have honestly quite a few things to do. And then with the overall feel too, there's honestly just like a lot of parks like throughout the entire area just sporadically. So you have places like Monument Valley Park, Palmer Park, Prospect Lake, Acacia Park, Pulpit Rock, and places like Cottonwood Creek Park. Overall, the feel of this area is what I would say is just super accessible. So like you're really close to things, you have a ton of different variety, and kind of can accommodate a ton of different lifestyles. That being said, there are a couple downsides to this area that should be talked about if you're thinking about moving to this area, and they're all really related to the traffic and the homeless people. So obviously the closer to downtown, the more people that there are in close proximity, there's going to be more homeless people, there's going to be more traffic. You have the Colorado College downtown that is going to just make parking a little bit harder. So in general, the traffic situation is going to be a little bit worse the further you get into this southern central portion of Colorado Springs. But in general, it's just going to be a little bit more congested, and this can just make commute times just a little bit longer. Because this area can be a little bit competitive at times, you also just have a little bit more limited inventory in terms of housing options. Whether you're thinking of buying or renting, there's just kind of fewer options. And I honestly think this is why they're building so many like apartment complexes, is just to kind of make up for this. And the last downside is really just the price point. So it is going to be a little more expensive the further you go to the downtown area. And the northern portion that has more kind of suburban houses, they're going to be a little bit bigger, and they're going to be more expensive in general. So overall, this area just is a little bit more expensive, although it is about the average of the whole metro area. So this kind of leads us into the cost of the area. So, what does it cost to purchase a house or to rent? So based on data on like averaging out like the whole area and subsections within, so it's going to cost around $475 to purchase a house. So again, this is the average of all of them, and there are kind of ranges. So like the Old North End with some of these older Victorian houses, it's going to be a little bit more niche and it's going to be more expensive. As a whole, based on the median of the sold prices within the last 30 days, is going to be around $475, and the rent cost is going to be around $1,800, and this is averaging out both apartments and houses, but obviously there are more apartments to rent than houses. So this kind of sums up this central portion of Colorado Springs. So let us know in the comments, do you think this is a good area for you? Do you think this is the worst area in Colorado Springs? Give us a call or a text. Did I leave anything out? Feel free to drop a comment, and we'll see you in the next video of the series. Shut up, okay?